Board.
That's word. That's word.
We live. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this your boy Cobe Rise and Rise Academy. You know what I'm saying? We got Showtime in the building. Got my brother, man. And so, you know what time it is. Hey, welcome to the Rise and Rise Academy. I appreciate everybody for rocking.
You know what I'm saying? We
I
got
think I got
Showtime in the
a
building. Got my brother.
it's a some feedback going on.
Hey, welcome to the Rise and Rise Academy.
Hold on. I don't know what that is. Is it mine?
You said you heard a little feedback? Okay, it might have been
It
mine,
was
but
some
you good.
feedback.
You good now?
Okay. Yeah, we good now. All right. Well, yeah. So, hey, we back at it again. You know, we took a long, I ain't gonna say a long break, but yeah, we've been posting some things on IG, doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? We had my brother's birthday, man, was on Thursday.
Yeah.
So, just publicly happy birthday to you, fam. Just give a little bit of people, man, like kind of what you was doing, you know what I'm saying? Just to kind of give some people some personal things we got going on.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate definitely the love from the Rise and Rise family, the Risers. Yeah, man, you know me. I'm all about trying to make something happen, man. So actually, this is one giving a little of that wisdom of how I get down. So I just had a birthday trip, man. My family, we had some time Sunday through Wednesday, so we took a trip out to Savannah, Georgia, and a nice little behind the scenes type tip. I got an uncle of mine, man, Brooke Benton. A lot of the older, he was at 80s, about the 80s, 70s. He was an R&B singer, famous R&B singer. Got a lot of pics with Elvis. Nice. I know people know Elvis, the king of pop or whatever they call him, the king of rock and roll. But Elvis, Diana Washington, he did a lot with some of the older singers. So long story short, my grandfather passed away in '88, the year I was born. But his oldest son, Brooke Benton Jr., he's a seamstress. He's a designer, man. I actually got some stuff right here with me that I'm gonna show since we getting a little personal. So he's a fashion designer. So he makes the hats, masks, and he designed some things for me. So yeah, so anything anybody needs, man. He makes shirts, jackets, hats, and that was one of the things I wanted to do for my birthday. Just go out there and meet with him. We working on some things. We working on a lot of good things. And I'll keep everybody posted. Definitely, I have a very strong testimony. Hopefully, you've been watching all our YouTubes. I mentioned a little bit about it. It definitely correlates very well when it comes to health and wellness. I think it'll inspire a lot of us. It'll motivate us to just stay active. And that's what I wanted to do this year. I don't party much. I just try to plan a trip, and if my people can go with me, if my people will just give me that little leeway, give me a little grace, and just kind of help me out on my birthdays. That's all I wanted, and that's all I needed, and I got every bit of it. So I went down to Georgia, touched base with my uncle. We talked about some future plans, some things I want to roll out when we roll out the book. God Family Fitness is the name of the book. Definitely a good read. It's going to help tie everything in. So I keep everybody posted with that. But it was great. It was great, man. I'm here another year. T-Gimme. Thank God I made it another year.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact, man. We just want to give you flowers while you was here, man, for sure, because, I think it's important to celebrate life and just, give pretty much give our best self, you know what I'm saying? And just understand that, man, we can celebrate every day, whether it's your birthday, waking up in the morning, just starting off on the right foot in general, I think is just something worth celebrating. You get your foot started on the right day, and just keeping it rocking. You dig?
That's real. That's real. That's real. Life is beautiful, man. You said something. You said something I like, man. It should be. It should feel like your birthday every day you wake up, man. That's a gift. That's for real. We lost just this week. My church is gonna have 2 more funerals. These next couple months from young guys that I knew personally. So you hit the nail on the head, brother. As we get into this, gaining and strengthening our body physically. Definitely, man. Some gratitude, just being grateful just to be here, that we have that opportunity. Not everybody has that opportunity that they can apply how to get strong, So that's definitely something, man. I gotta remind us We wasn't promised it, so it's
Yeah.
you hit it.
I agree, bro. I agree. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I'm trying to incorporate within myself. So like even for me, man, like this just I've been really working like crazy, man, and just adding more content, and we definitely have some more content coming. So yeah, y'all stay tuned for that, man. I've been having some early mornings, I've been having some late nights, just really just grinding, man. So, just want to be transparent with it, just to say, like, listen, man, 2022 is gonna be a pretty good year for us. Excuse me, man. So yeah, we got some good content coming. We got some good brothers coming in. I know I already posted with Wolfgang. So shout out to Wolfgang, Iron Nation. You dig? And so I want to make sure he give him his flowers too, man. So we definitely have a combat channel coming real soon. We have a jiu-jitsu channel added into the combat channel. We have a boxing channel adding into that channel. So I want to give everybody kind of a balanced thing when it comes to fitness, but at the same time, I think it's good to understand protecting ourselves as well, but not just from that standpoint, but from a workout standpoint. Because I know y'all have heard of like workout facilities like 9 rounds and things like that. Those are all combat training, but at the same time, you get some good work. You know what I'm saying? That kickboxing, boxing is a workout of its own. Same thing with jiu-jitsu, man. Like these are things that you want to be in shape for, but you can also utilize that as a workout opportunity. But at the same time, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because now you also learning how to defend yourself. In general, I think defending yourself makes you more confident as a person. Not just that, but just going through life, just understanding, hey, I'm here, and just kind of giving that confident flow and just that confident energy. It's beneficial across the board. So like I said, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're getting a workout, but you're also getting that, understanding training value aspect, because a lot of times we don't get that as a young age. Back then I think we did, but nowadays I don't think it's highlighted as it used to be. But I think it's still an important thing to add into it. But not to go on a tangent, but we got that coming soon. So yeah.
Definitely. And I just want to add in man, on the same line, that 9 rounds, I know people are probably familiar with the rock box too. That was a pretty cool
Oh yeah,
experience.
that's a good one.
I had the pleasure of working with them out in the Morrisville location.
Okay.
They have a franchise out there, and I just wanted to add on, how that was something that me and my daughter did. I did it with my daughter. I did it with my wife. And just to see her move and be able to incorporate some of those self-defense movements, I thought was really cool. So that's definitely something for our viewers, our risers, to keep in mind, man. That's something you can do with your kids. You'll be able to punch on that, tap into that channel, and you guys can do. That's something interactive. I love doing finding little daddy-daughter things we can do, and we had fun, man. We had a blast. Both of us, we're not fighters, we're not boxers. We didn't do much for self-defense, so it wasn't hard to learn, and it's all good stuff that we can use for life. So
for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm rocking with it. So yeah, I'm just I had to post something for the IG live too, man. So I got my IG live viewers over here. So just to kind of give them a little preview of the show, you dig? So absolutely, man. But yeah, man. So I highly agree, and I think that'd be a good segue to jump in on some of the things we're talking about here at Rise and Rise, because the title is how to get strong. You know what I'm saying? And so I kind of just giving just a brief overview. The people who are trying to get strong, I think it's important to incorporate compound lifts for people who are trying to get strong. You dig what I'm saying? And just to give my own perspective on it, I think you can get strong, but I think these are more of the faster routes to get strong. You got to be able to use all the muscles in your body in order for you to really gain that true strength. You know what I'm saying? So like these workouts kind of work everything. You dig what I'm saying? I think if you're strong in these areas, overall, you would be more of a strong person. And it's all my opinion, obviously, but just to break it down, we got squats, we got deadlifts, we got bench press, we got pull-ups. So just to kind of break it down into those things, I think, in my opinion, if you're strong in these categories and can gain strength in these categories, you're gonna be an overall strong person as far as physically. And I don't want to limit it to say you can't be strong without them, because you can. So that's kind of why I want to break down the difference between like a workout and even getting strong, and I think you gave some really good tips, depending on who you're training. So, just if you want to break that down from your perspective, let's get the people, what they're looking for. What you think?
Facts. And I got a good analogy to start us off with, man. You brought
Absolutely.
me in. I'm feeling good this morning. So
yeah.
And I'm an Eagle Scout too, man. So I brought it to a map and a compass. Okay, so if we're trying to find a destination, you can get there with your map and your compass. Like you can orient your map, you can orient your compass, you can find the direction. You can go 30 clicks this way and then turn that way, or you can GPS it and get there a lot quicker, so you have that option. You can take it. You're gonna get there both ways, especially if you know how to use a map, you know how to use a compass. You'll get there both ways,
Absolutely.
And one thing I mentioned was just understanding your goals, man. I'm big on that because I see how everything, when it's a trend, we follow it. Like culturally, we'll follow that trend, man. If everybody's getting Jordan sneakers, everybody literally is gonna try to get Jordan sneakers. And
That's
it's
real.
crazy. Whether or not we even want Jordan sneakers. Some of us don't even want Jordan sneakers. Just everybody else is getting it. So I want Jordan sneakers. So
yeah.
Just understand it, man. Me, as I just, we talked a little bit behind the scenes, man. And I said, I'm 34, and believe it or not, I'm not trying to get stronger, bro. Like us speaking about these topics, that helped me, because now I went back in like, okay, well, I'm not necessarily trying to build muscle or get stronger nowadays, because I'm a trainer, and I live for longevity. So I'm more concerned with my clients, helping my clients. Do I know how to get stronger? Yes. But like I said, you want to identify your goals. Okay. So there was one point in time where I helped my wife and she wanted to get into some powerlifting. Okay. So that was the reason. Okay. So let's get stronger. Let's hammer in on these compound lifts. We were practicing deadlifts daily. We were practicing bench presses daily. We were practicing squats. We had our days. We were really structured. But everybody's goal won't necessarily be to get physically stronger. I stated that ultimately I feel like by us working out, staying active, we're increasing life. We are promoting longevity and just living longer. So yes, you are getting stronger. But if you physically want to get stronger, physically want to see some gains, you physically want to put on that size, that's definitely recommended. I agree with you. Like you said, those compound lifts, there are people that have different routes, but that's one that I've seen that works. That works. Like I said, those compound lifts, those squats, those bench presses, the deadlifts, and I'm a big one on the pull-ups. The pull-ups, the growth in the whole back area, I can definitely speak on that. That is one that I incorporate so much, because I'm a big calisthenics guy. I'm big on longevity. And if there's anything I can do in that area, that's really where I excel. But yeah, so to sum it up, just kind of identifying and knowing exactly what you want to do. It's okay if you don't want to be the strongest in the gym, man. Trust me, it's okay. It's okay. I have good knowledge. I'm not always the strongest. I can hold my own. I do try to incorporate every lift, but there's just some of us that are just, man, I want to hit 315. There was that timeline where I wanted to hit 315 on the bench. I wanted to hit 315 on the squat. Those were my goals. Hey, strength gains, man. I just need gains. I don't know what y'all talking about. I just know if I gain it, my chest is gonna expand. I'm gonna have the big pec muscles, And that's true. That's true. So that's why a lot of people, when they're trying to build or trying to get stronger, the compound lifts are your way to go.
Yeah. No, you definitely hit you hit it right there, man, because I don't want people to think you can't get strong without these workouts, because that's not necessarily true. Because honestly, one key factor really of building strength, and there's studies behind this, really is resistance as well. So, it's a combination, and it really just, in my opinion, it depends, because you can get strong multiple ways, and I think that starting with these lifts, it will pretty much get you on the starting point into a different variety of different type of workouts. And then from there, I'm not going to only narrow it down to say these are what will indicate strength, because you need to do more than these to get strong. In my opinion, I think you need to add resistance. I think you also need to do, eccentric workouts, as far as coming down slow on the bench, coming down slow in the squats, because that also improves your tendons. That also improves your ligaments, bone tissue, bone marrow, all these things that will incorporate to longer living, because obviously when you have more muscle, you do live longer. And I'm not going to say if you have a lot of muscle, you're going to live long. That's not what I'm saying. But the point of it is you want to build a foundation, and that will improve your overall life. And that doesn't just come from these workouts, but it's a starting point to get you into that strength, long living journey. Because yes, I believe you continue to overload these things, you can get hurt. But I think that's with anything in life. If you overload yourself too much, something is gonna, eventually falter short. As we get older alone, that eventually will start to decrease. You're gonna hit a certain level to where you're gonna have to change it up. You know what I'm saying? I think you actually hit a good point when it comes to depending on like your senior citizens. I don't see a lot of senior citizens doing a lot of squat and deadlift and bench. And honestly, they don't necessarily have to, now they can do it, but I think it's also good to add in other things to it, like band work, body weight work, like push-ups, for example. You could do air squats, so, I think those are some big differences, because I think you can do a workout and you don't have to do squat. You don't have to do bench and get a decent workout. You know what I'm saying? My ultimate point is, as far as getting strong, you got to add muscle, and you also need to incorporate power with it. And I think those workouts in general is a good starting point to get you in those things, because these workouts work multiple muscles. For example, bench press. Bench press is one exercise that works your shoulders, your chest, and your triceps. So one workout, you getting 3 workouts. You're getting 3 muscle building techniques. So you knocking 3 birds out with one stone in a sense, because you can also cater the bench to close grip bench, which works more your triceps. You got incline bench, which more your upper chest, front shoulders. So it's really, and I say that because you want to do the most that you can in the gym to A, get stronger, but 2, build muscle. And I think compound lists help add a lot of that in there. Like, as for example, squats, that targets the quadriceps. It also hits the glutes, and it also hits the hip abductors. That's the inner thigh. And it also hits your calves. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to say it's targeting specifically those, but what it is it uses all of those muscle groups to do the workout. So you're initially working those muscles to get a certain goal, to get strong. So honestly, when it comes to that, the more you do squats, the more you're working these muscles, and you'll get stronger, and then you'll build muscle with doing these. Now, I don't think you can just do squats in the gym and be fine. I think you need to do more things, as far as building muscle goes. Like, you want to get targeted. And I think that's what bodybuilding comes in too, because a lot of them do leg extensions. That's focusing directly on the quad. You got leg curls. That's focusing directly on the hamstrings. You do calf raises. That's focusing directly on the calves. And I think, all of these things kind of help elevate your squat to be, stronger. And same thing with bench. When you're doing shoulder press, that's dedicated directly on the deltoids. So the more you kind of do these other workouts, they help you increase your bench. They help you increase your squat. But those are compound lifts. So you're already working a lot of those muscles anyway to help you get stronger and to help you get the muscle, because those things kind of go hand in hand, and also with power, because you need to have power to enable to lift a stronger weight. Same thing with deadlift. I don't think I started over deadlift, but I think deadlift is pretty much one of the most important workouts, because it's got a lot to do with explosion and power. When you're lifting and standing up, you need to be able to use force to get the lift up. But again, it works your lower body, it works your glutes, it works your hamstrings, and it does work your lower back to be able to those are all strength workouts, and it again helps you build muscle, and it helps you overall work all these muscle groups at one time. And so that's why I think compound lifts are super important. I think it's good benefit behind it. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Definitely. And if you have the definition, the physical definition of a compound lift, if you could gear that up for us, if you have it, if not, but I want to go ahead, and I definitely wanted to elaborate. So you said a few good things, and definitely the foundation. So like you said, we're just offering, this is first off, it's our perspective, and we're just offering some things that we feel like will help you get a good start. These compound lifts, if you're just getting into your fitness journey, if you want to get stronger physically, these compound lifts are where you can start. Obviously, we've been promoting and talking about the app where we actually will help you throughout that whole process. But some things that we can share just in a general environment is, that these are extremely important, especially when you're building that foundation. You also mentioned bodybuilding, so I did some stuff on a natural circuit. There's an SMBF league, there's an OCB league that I just work with, these are natural bodybuilding competition leagues. And in those leagues, when I train other athletes, we definitely incorporate those compound lifts. What we do is, like you said, you also spoke about, it may not necessarily getting you the aesthetic results that you were looking for, and that's when, so we'll start building that foundation. That's big. You said the exactly word that I wanted to mention, the foundation. So the foundation, the compound lifts will help give you that solid foundation. You spoke about just the different benefits of your bench press, how it's not just your chest, it's your triceps. It's your whole upper half to press. Same Absolutely. Thing with your squats. You spoke about that being your glutes, your quads, even your calves. The core, believe it or not, you have
there you go.
There's a lot
That's
that
big.
goes on with your core as well when you squats. So yeah, that's definitely one that we use. We just add some smaller lifts in, when we get specific in certain things. If we're looking for a certain look on our triceps, we'll may do some extra tricep extensions or things like that. But I definitely wanted to hit and let it be known that this is your foundation. If you want to build a solid foundation, you can start with your compound lifts. Very simply, just focus on those. You can.
Absolutely. What are and just as far as like getting strong, what are some of the benefits that you see when it comes to just getting stronger? In your opinion, what's your take on that?
Oh man, it'll help you in life. It'll help you with everything in life. I find things that were hard aren't they don't get hard, especially as we age. That becomes important. I know our younger group, man, they probably ain't think about some of this. We just want to get stronger. We want to make it look real good. We want to impress our peers. We want to be the strongest on the football team, which is cool Absolutely. Too. Which is cool too. It definitely I feel a difference. I felt the difference throughout my time, throughout my years growing. I physically felt and seen a difference, even on the basketball court. Man, you hear that cliche, you better get in the gym if you ain't strong enough to put a body, even in basketball. Baseball, we can go sport specific. A stronger, having a little bit more power in your arms, being able to throw the ball across the field. Just natural life. I teach a class where we do a lot of strength training, and I tell my the older generation, this will help us just carrying grocery bags. You ever notice how you can carry one or two bags, man, and it feel heavy, and then you get out of class, start working out. Now you just like
carrying them potatoes in that little
bags.
plastic bag.
Everybody else, I want to carry all the bags. I've seen mothers do that. I've seen grandmothers do that. So definitely it'll help us. It'll help us just naturally in life, man. Back pain was another one I wanted to mention for me. Kind of as I grew up, that was something that took a back seat, was my lumbar spine, working out my spine, strengthening my spine. So I always would go to sleep, man. That's one thing that I remember, just probably between my right after my high school years and just still understanding and learning. I was moving really fast, most likely probably working out a little bit, but not really necessarily paying attention to anything dealing with my spine. And these compound lifts, crazy thing is, a lot of those will help, especially with your back, your deadlifts, your squats, and just building that strength on the posterior chain. All that your back works, believe it or not. But
yeah.
So it definitely help you in life in general.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I highly agree, man. Like for me personally, when it comes to getting stronger benefits, like for me, man, getting strong is how you build muscle. And I think I want to just be clear when it comes to building muscle. When I say that, I'm not talking about looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not talking about like 258 pounds of just dog muscle. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about overload and perspective. Building lean muscle, man. Like, you have muscle, man. I have muscle. You know what I'm saying? And we're in shape guys. You know what I'm saying? And women, they can build muscle and not be like jacked. You know what I'm saying? It's just building muscle to lose fat. And that's really to get you in a great BMI standpoint, and when it comes to overall health, from that perspective, you got to be in a certain BMI level to be in shape for your height and for your weight. And so building muscle over fat really is how you stay in shape long term, and to keep from going back to, even the worst parts of it, because as we age, we also do gain more fat, just in general. Like the average person, they gain like a pound of fat per year, middle age wise. And what that means is, like, our body goes through through a change of composition where the muscle pretty much melts away, and then the fat starts to creep up in that place. And so reshaping the body to pretty much increase your metabolic rate and to build more muscle actively will help decrease that fat over time. Because when you have more fat over time, less than muscle, our bones, our joints, and all that ligaments get worse and worse and worse and worse. And so then you open yourself up to different, fallacies of hurt. You're going to be in the hospital more. You're going to have, maybe more blood issues. That's where you hear the popping and the joints and stuff like that, because they're not as strong. You have a lot of, these different things inside your body that you can't see, but your body goes through change. And if you're not catching that, that is some of the things that can hinder your health, because now you start to see people kind of walk with a limp or walk with a hunch. Things start to hurt when you said picking up your groceries. When you have a lot more fat or whatever over muscle, these things can aid into you getting hurt long wise. How many times you done seen people kind of try to move when you're trying to be active when they really hadn't been active? They get tired, they get hurt, or can get hurt. They open themselves up to a higher percentage of that happening because you're not staying in shape like you should be. You know what I'm saying? As far as walking up some steps, even me, man, like, you walk up 10 flights of steps, that's a lot. You can get tired. Some people feel like that, but they may walk up maybe 2 flights of stairs just because they don't stay that way, because over time, it does kind of get you in a different mindset. So I think one thing that, I think just to give some science behind it, there was a study back in 2014 at the University of California. The medical field kind of discovered that 4,000 healthy adults over the age of 55 or more than a decade noticed that their muscle mass was linked to their lifespan. The researchers, they did this like by zeroing out each person's muscle index and your muscle mass divided by your height squared, so BMI. Those who were in the group with the highest muscle index had the lowest morality. So long story short, what you want to do pretty much is, for longevity wise, you got to maintain that foundation when it comes to muscle. you got to build that up to live longer. You know what I'm saying? And so pretty much this also improves your cardiovascular health, doing resistance training as you're getting older with age. And this helps build your skeletal muscle. And I'm just kind of going, and I honestly, I got these stats from the New York Times Guide of Living Better, Living Stronger. This also helps improve your muscle, your insulin sensitivity. And also just to kind of give some more feedback, muscle acts as a coat of armor against diabetes. So these things all correlate to helping live a longer life, getting strong and just building muscle, period. That's just to kind of give some more stats for people who just want to go back and do your research on it. You can check those things out at you can check them out at bodybuilding.com. You can check them out in the New York Times. Really you can find that in most most research that you can do when it comes to overall studies. But yeah, I mean, just to kind of give my perspective on it, those are some of the things that I see as far as benefits when it comes to working out. So, well, yeah. I think I want to kind of get. Oh, go ahead. You was gonna say something?
No, I just have my definition. So,
oh yeah. Oh, I put the definition too. Just one of the ones from Google. But go ahead. I put it in the bottom. It's in like a little banner. But yeah, you can go ahead though. Go ahead.
We got it in there. Okay, so we icing the fam up on this one. Yeah. So, as you see on the banner as well, your compound lifts are great exercises for strengthening large amounts of muscle groups at one time. All right, so what we've been saying, we covered how many different muscle groups you hit when you're squatting, how many different muscle groups you're hitting when you're bench pressing, same thing with your deadlift, same thing with your pull-up. These workouts force the whole body to work in unison, which creates a significantly larger impact on your progress rather than focus on isolated exercises working on one muscle joint at a time. Okay. And also just confirming everything we said, and I spoke about how when we're trying to get specifics, we'll start off with the compound lift, building the foundation. And when we want to get specific, we'll go find individually, kind of what we want to zone in on. Now I'm giving some of my secrets too. So just individually what you want to zone on. Yeah, gems. That's it, man. That's it. We giving it. If you need help, obviously, you want to get with the Rise and Rise team, but we just gave it to you. If you wanted to start today, man, I would safely start with your foundation. Start with those compound lifts. Something I also wanted to make sure we spoke about was just doing it safely. I would like you to get out of the comfort zone. Okay. So when we're getting out of the comfort zone, when we're exceeding that comfort zone, generally speaking, we always want to do it safely. Okay. So when I'm trying to lift a little bit heavier, or if we want to experiment a little bit with those compound lifts, make sure you have someone with you. All right. I know the YMCA, our great staff at the Y, We'll help you. We'll help you. Grab somebody. Make sure you have somebody that you can safely execute these maneuvers with. All right. You want to always be safe. You don't want no Supermans. No Supermans in the gym.
Hey, look, man, that was beautiful, man, because that honestly leads into my next segue when it comes to just some more reasons why you should do these reasons. These workouts like the squats, the bench, and the deadlift, pull-ups. It improves overall balance and coordination. And so having these things for performance is a mental thing, because you already know when it comes to squats, that's scary. You got all this weight on your back. You got to concentrate so you can do the right things, because these are multiple joint movements, hence the definition of a compound lift. You know what I'm saying? So no doubt this force will grow you, and improve. So when it comes to weightlifting, man, it's a skill. And that's what these things do. They help improve your balance overall with coordination. It burns a lot of calories too, man, because you already know loading up these compound lifts, you're working more muscle. That means you're burning a lot more calories anyway, because the more you're working, the more calories you're going to burn. And so that's building lean muscle with these workouts and building, like you said, that foundation. It's a total body. I think I think the deadlift and the squat and the bench, those are full body workouts right there. Honestly, in one day, you could probably do them 3 compound workouts and have a great workout. You'll be done because you're working everything. You're working everything. And it helps just scope your physique in general. And just to kind of give some shout out to the ladies, man. That's really one of the keys to getting the body that you want is to build that foundation with strength training. And that's one thing I want to not say harp on, but some women think that, you know, if you do these big lifts like this, like you just gonna look like a man, and that's not true at all. These things actually help increase your muscle to improve the woman physique, no matter really what age or what goals you are in general. You know, the payout is longer over time. You know what I'm saying? And so that, again, like the squats, for example, and the deadlift, that helps shape your glutes and your legs and strengthen your lower body as a whole. That's what a lot of women kind of want to keep as far as the way they want it to look. But it also works your core too. So you got to have a strong core. And of course, diet is obviously going to be one of the big things when it comes to this. But as far as just from a compound lift standpoint, these things kind of help shape your body and just preventing injuries in general. Because the more you do the compound lifts in a structured way, meaning like you said, Show, the form is going to be important. That's what's going to be the key to get to pretty much increase your strength, but also you won't get hurt. Because I know, I mean, just from my story, I've done a squat the wrong way and have gotten hurt. Not saying like a longevity hurt, but like, you know, you felt a little bit of pain. So you know if you're not doing it right, because you'll feel pain somewhere in your lower back where you shouldn't. Same thing with bench. You shouldn't feel pain. You should, you know, feel sore in your chest or whatever like that. But if you're feeling pain somewhere, then something's wrong. So you want to make sure your form is looking good. Same thing with deadlift. You know what I'm saying? If you're feeling your lower back only, you know, you want to make sure you're getting the depth right when it comes to form. You know, you want to pull up, chest up nice and high. Same thing with squat and deadlift, because then you're taking the pressure away from your lower body versus hunching over. You working more of the lower body, which is what you want. That's what's going to help you feel the burn necessarily. You shouldn't feel pain. You should feel the burn. And that's where you're starting to, you know, burn more calories. That's when you're starting to increase in strength. That's where you're increasing the muscle. And you'll see different benefits when it comes to doing it the right way. And then it improves your posture. For guys, I mean, how many times you done seen dudes look like this? You know what I'm saying? That's a bad posture form, you know what I'm saying? Because over time, that's going to make your back, you know, kind of do more curves. But, you know, again, you're not going to walk right. You know, that's how you see people starting walking with canes and walkers, because they've been so used to just kind of hunching over versus working a balanced workout. You know, have your shoulders back. You know, that helps kind of lift your chest up to make you look like that superhero effect. You know what I'm saying? Where they got the big shoulders, big chest, you know, tight waist or whatever like that. It kind of helps shape your body. Same thing with the women. You know, you want to make sure that your back is straight. You know, make sure you have that nice curve and dention in line, because that helps you look better. And then two, the structure of your posture again helps you, you know, live longer too, because over time, if you walking around with bad posture, that can lead to a lot of internal things going on. Like, you know, your blood may not flow right necessarily through your body. And like you said, the spine, you know, you're not going to get the fluids like you need to get to when it comes to the brain, the spine connection, man. That's how your body moves. That brain and spine connection kind of helps you push these different things to your body to move better and everything. So I think these are important to understand, the compound lifts and what they do to get you strong, and the different benefits that it is to get strong as a whole. So, you know, just to kind of give a mouthful of, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely, that's good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, I think that covers a lot of when it comes to strength. You know, what are some of the questions maybe that you see coming from, you know, because I know you trained under the whole bodybuilding thing too. How did strength kind of help aid you into that, in the bodybuilding, you know, when you were doing it?
We've been hitting the biggest thing that comes to mind for me is just, I want to keep hammering in that foundation. It helped me build that foundation, a solid foundation. and we spoke a little bit before we got on, you know, and us getting into these topics, I love it, man, because it forces me to examine myself, you know, and make sure that I'm practicing what I preach, you know. So I was able to revisit some deadlifts this week. I spoke to you about, you know, revisiting some deadlifts, man. My hamstrings, my glutes feel really good. Everything on my lower half feel really good. And I'm wanting to keep a well-balanced workout. That's another thing you spoke about. And not necessarily any questions right now, but just kind of confirming and just summing up some points. You spoke about an imbalance, you know, so yeah, definitely the compound lifts helped me get me in that general direction. It definitely helped me improve my posture. I just want to, you know, like I said, reiterate and confirm everything that you just said. You hit a lot of points that I wanted to touch. But yeah. So again, you know, like that foundation is big. That's the biggest thing. If I could give you anything else, the foundation, make sure we're using proper form.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Definitely, you can check us out. I'm pretty sure. I know we have some videos posted on the Rise and Rise Facebook page.
We definitely do, man.
You know, execution of these movements.
Yep.
Yeah.
Check us out on YouTube, man. We on there. So yeah, I think, man, I agree too. Cause like, I mean, even the way I train now, like I have to do these workouts whenever I'm doing my workout. So like for the week, I'm including each squat, deadlift, bench. I'm including that in my weekly workout regimen, depending on what I'm trying to work. So like for push days, I'm including bench. For chest days, I'm including bench. For triceps and shoulders, I'm doing some type of press chest movement. And like that's kind of what it helps to, like, just to kind of give some examples, like a leg day for me, I got to start with squats because now you're building a foundation, like you were saying. Now you're warming up the rest of the muscles so you can work out different things. So if my main focus, like and that's another thing going in with a focus. For my legs, I broke it down. I work 2 heavy leg days and I do an athletic work leg day. So that's unilaterals because I want to be able to move and perform from an athletic standpoint. So I'm doing squats for sure. And even then, on my athletic days, I'll still do squat. And then I'll do the rest of the, you know, the work after that too. So like, for example, like I may necessarily focus on the quads. I'm going to start out with a squat anyway after I warm up. And then a squat technically is like a warm up, but it also is a workout that'll include into the next segment. So I'll may focus on leg extensions for your quad. I'm going to do goblet squats, you know, with my heel up against like, you know, maybe like, I don't even know what you would call it, but just up against something to focus on the quadriceps. But I'm starting out with the squats because I want to make sure I'm getting a foundation already built as a warm-up set. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to warm these muscles up. And so that's my king. That's my key when it comes to doing everything as far as a workout. Chest days, I'm doing bench. Shoulder days, I'm doing bench. Squats, I'm obviously doing that on my leg days. Deadlift, I'm doing those on leg days and or on my back days because you're using that as a foundation to kind of warm yourself up. So that's one thing that how I train. I've seen benefits from it, how you do it. So I use as another gym, like a pyramid set. You start, you know, warm up, you know, you start off light, you know, get your warm ups in, and you gradually increase the weight up to a decent size weight where you can do it for a few sets and then coming back down. And that's where you kill it. You know, shout out to Mike Rashid because, like, you know, that's where you want to get the work. That's where you get the money. That's your cardio. So that's your cardio. That's your resistance. That's everything else when you're coming down from that heavy set because you done used a lot of strength to get that heavy set up. So now when you're coming back down, this is where you're burning out. This is where you're building that muscle. This is where you're adding more of your muscle fibers and pushing more blood into it so you can build muscle, but get stronger because now you're using a lot more reps to rep out that high weight as you're coming back down. That's how you're getting stronger. But that's how I train personally. You dig? And I'm sure there's different ways to train, but, you know, I've seen benefits because I was that, you know, slim kid in high school, you know, even some in college. But once I started doing these lifts in that kind of form, because for me, I had to kind of over lift to look a certain way and eat. You know, I really wasn't eating a lot back then anyway, you know, but now like I'm more in tune with my goals and how I'm eating and what I'm eating to help me look a certain way. Like I done probably added on 25 pounds of just straight muscle from the time I was in college to where I'm at now. And honestly, I'm an overall better performer now than how I was back then. And so I think that shows a testament because when I got surgery, I got injured back in 2020, at the end of 2020, you know, playing football, excuse me. I tore my patella tendon, but I've been working out like consistently since like 2015. And so you got to think about all that work, all that foundation, keyword, I've been building that foundation up to strengthen up my muscles and my ligaments. And so when I, you know, tore my patella tendon and got back to physical therapy and just started to slowly but surely gradually go up, I was able to do more and get back into shape quicker because I've already built that foundation up. So had I've already been getting strong during these times, that enabled me to heal quicker. You dig what I'm saying? So I think these are all just testaments and benefits as to getting stronger overall. And that's why I train the way I train, because I've overall seen benefits. I mean, I know you probably done seen it before. I took a break from working out for like a week. And then when I got back to it, I didn't lose that much strength. Even when I got injured, I think show just dropped out, you know what I'm saying? But like when I got injured, I didn't touch a weight for almost, you know, gosh, I didn't touch a weight for 3 months, 3-4 months. So when I got back into the gym, like it didn't take me that long. I mean, of course I lost a little bit of strength, but it didn't take me that long to get back to where I was and to gain even further. And all these testaments are coming from a strength training background, aka doing the compound lifts the right way and protecting yourself as you're doing the compound lifts. So I think these are key elements when it comes to just overall strength training and muscle building. Yeah, I was trying to talk and see if Show was gonna jump back in. Can you hear me, Show? I think you're trying to come back in. So yeah, man. You know, I think that'll kind of conclude us, you know, in the Rise and Rise Academy segment. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I appreciate everybody for rocking with us. And so yeah, I think that might be Show's thing. Yeah, that was Show's thing. Hey, Show, can you hear me, man? Yeah, I think he dropped out. All right, but yeah, that'll include the segment, man, when it comes to Rise and Rise. So, you know, again, it's your boy Cobe, Rise and Rise Academy. I appreciate everybody for pulling up, rocking with me, man. If y'all got any questions, man, hit me up in the IG. You know, that's King Alajuwan 21. And my Facebook is Rise and Rise Academy. Hit me up if you're trying to join the Facebook group. You know what I'm saying? You got to hit up Showtime, man. So, you know, that's the Showtime fitness training group, man. Follow them on IG. Follow them on Facebook. You dig what I'm saying? So that way, you know, you can tap in with us. If y'all want to be a part of the academy, you know, we got Facebook groups that we keep up with, that we always giving out tips. Honestly, man, Show is really good when it comes to doing calisthenics. You know, and we really didn't even touch much on calisthenics, but that's another thing that you can use for strength training, you know, and Show, man, he a beast. Like if y'all ever seen him doing the muscle ups, man, this dude can do the flag position where you holding the bar and kick your legs out, man. You know, that's some strong, you got to have a strong core for that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just tap in with us, man. You know, my background is I ran track. And I think, and one thing that I've always said was track does the body good. I've never seen an out of shape track runner. I've never seen anybody who do calisthenics is out of shape. Never. You know what I'm saying? Unless they just completely let themselves go. But if you have a background of those performing attributes of working out, I mean, you already going to be, you know, in pretty good shape, if you know, overall standpoint. So yeah, man. You know, we're just gonna close it out, man. Show, but any final words, man, before we give these people get the rest of their Saturday going?
That's it, man. You said it. You said it. We said it. Hopefully, we were able to bless you guys, man, and just give from our heart, and hopefully, we were able to help you and help you build that foundation. Definitely, please incorporate these lifts. As my man Cobe said, we're gonna be bringing a lot of free content. We love to give, especially when it comes to this health and wellness field. I will have a lot. Just keep promoting the calisthenics. We do free programs throughout the summer. Rise and Rise. We're planning some events. I just want to, go ahead and let the cat out the bag. Let you guys know. So please keep sharing the views. Keep sharing the videos. Keep sharing what we're doing here. And if you've been if you've been helped by any topic, any subject, anything, please share it. Yeah, and we're gonna make sure we're really consistent. Did we speak about giving that publicly to the Teach 'em Tuesdays? We're gonna probably keep them on our
plug them in. Plug them in, bro.
Okay. So that's gonna be a good one too. I'm excited about it. We'll probably roll it out. I think it's like one more week in February. So starting March. We want to definitely just try to give a little bit of knowledge on Tuesdays. We're gonna break down a few topics to help. We spoke about meal prep before. And just little things like that I know will help you. They help our clients. We will take topics if there's anything that you want us to maybe break down, that we could break down between about 1 to 5 minutes. Just a short, sweet topic that we can help and get. All right. Enjoy your Saturday. That's all I have.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all, man, for rocking with the Rise and Rise Academy, man. This your boy Cobe. We got a show. You dig what I'm saying?
When we face with obstacles, what we do?
We rise and rise, baby.
Rise and rise.
Peace.